Beautiful people, speaking to inspire, living to empower. Such an honor and a privilege to even be able to record this video and share with you all about the life journey and how it's been. Right now it's bittersweet for me. I'm sitting inside the vehicle because I needed to speak to you all while the fire was burning inside of my soul. I didn't want to wait. The reason why I say bittersweet right now is because I just concluded the last session of my counseling series. That's right. I said counseling series. I've been on this journey of seeing a counselor. I've been seeing a counselor now for about maybe a month and a half or so, 2 months. And I made the decision to do that because one, I've never seen a counselor before. And I realized that there were some things inside of me that just simply needed to be addressed. Even certain areas that I felt confident in and certain things that I knew already, I just realized that it would only help me to actually sit down with somebody else who's going to allow me to be open, honest, and someone who is trained in the area of actually helping to develop the best in other people when it comes down to the mind and the emotions, etc. And thankfully, I was partnered with a very compatible counselor. I was advised early on, before I started my counseling journey, that I may have to go through several different counselors before I find one that I'm comfortable with and compatible with, etc. I was fortunate because I was actually able to be partnered with one the first go around. We clicked. We went together real well, like rubber and roll, peanut butter and jelly, shoelaces and shoes. You get the point. Anyways, it has been extremely beneficial. It has been very helpful to me. And I would just like to share with you all today that one, the most courageous decision we can make as human beings is the decision to seek help when we realize that we need it. It's nothing weak about that. It's nothing cowardice about that. It's nothing to be ashamed about. I'm gonna even say this. Let me tell you something. It's flat out sexy. All right. But true story is attractive, and it shows a lot about a person's character when they simply make up their mind that, you know what, I need help and I'm willing to get help. It's also unselfish. The reason why I say it's unselfish is because when you help yourself and when I help myself, I'm actually helping those around me. We're helping others when we intentionally help ourselves, because we can only give to others what we have. You can't give from a tank that's empty, which means the more we invest in developing ourselves is the more we actually are helping those around us. Because the better I am, the healthier I am, is the more I'm able to give to you, the more I'm able to give to those around me. But if I'm not healthy, and I don't just mean physically, if I'm not mentally healthy and emotionally healthy, it affects how I speak to people. It affects my vibe and the aura around me when I walk into different environments and public spaces. People read that. People receive in that. So yes, when we take time to invest in making ourselves better, take time to invest in becoming our best and developing the hurts, the wounds, the insecurities that eat away silently in the background of our mind, like cancerous cells and like piranha fish. When you feed them a fresh piece of meat, it destroys you. Maybe not right away, but slowly but surely it eats away, and it affects how we communicate. It affects what we communicate. It affects how we dress. It affects our brand. It affects how we present ourselves. And ultimately, it affects those around us. With that being said, I definitely am happy that I made the decision to seek counseling. It was just personal counseling. That was it. I just wanted to make sure I was at my optimum peak emotionally and mentally. That's it. I've been through some challenges. I made a handful. I made two handfuls. I made two handfuls of just poor decisions and relationship decisions that have challenged me, or should I say, that have weakened me in certain areas as well as strengthened me in other areas. But I realized that I have to be proactive in dealing with those weaknesses, as well as making sure that I'm sharpening those strengths. And this counseling journey has definitely given me that space, given me that opportunity, and provided me with those resources. I've been able to make decisions, and I've chosen to make decisions to really address certain areas, as well as develop certain habits that I knew I should have been working on, but I wasn't working on. And with that in mind, I would like to say also, my counselor, she also served as a type of accountability partner. And this has just been great. It really has. It's been a very healthy, very beneficial experience. And I really want to just encourage you all to be honest with what you see in the mirror. Not physically, but as you really look down into yourself emotionally and mentally, I just want to give you permission to be honest with what you see. Be honest with what's there. Be honest with what's going on inside of you. It may be something from your childhood. It may be something from a past relationship. It may be something from a current relationship. It may be a fear that has handicapped you for years. You really want to get over it, but you just need a nudge. You need help. You need the right resources. You need the right guidance. You need the right environment and space. I want to encourage you to be honest with that, because I'm convinced that we can overcome anything that we're willing to be honest about. Yep. I'm going to say it again. I'm convinced that we can conquer anything that we're willing to be honest about. But if we're not willing to be honest, we're not ready to be free. Counseling may not be a necessity to you right now or ever. However, the need to be honest with oneself, the need to seek whatever assistance is required in order to be at one's optimum mentally, emotionally, and even physically, I believe that's our duty to ourselves, to our Creator, and to each other, to seek to be at our optimum. Again, it was bittersweet. Sweet because meeting with the counselor, and as always, it was from day one, it was just a joy, something I've looked forward to. However, bitter because, again, this was our last meeting. But you know what? I received enough. And within our time together, I've been applying what I've been receiving enough to pick my pants up, keep my boots on, and move forward with this journey of life. I actually do think that I'm ready to move forward. Even though it's bitter, I'm embracing the fact that it's been good, it served its purpose, and now it's time for me to move onward, move forward, move on. And I'm ready to do that because our time together was well spent, well invested. I want you to look in the mirror, and I want you to give yourself permission to win. I want you to give yourself permission to be beautiful. I want you to give yourself permission to be intelligent. I want you to give yourself permission to be strong. I want you to give yourself permission to break the cycles that are in your life. I want you to give yourself permission to be the first one in your family to do the impossible. I want you to give yourself permission to allow the light of God's love to shine through you, simply because you're worth it. Listen, it's always a pleasure to speak with such incredible, amazing, and valuable people such as you all are. This is my honor. This is my joy to speak to inspire and live to empower. Peace.